Alright everybody, here it is. This is the Talaria Sting, number 38 out of production. This is brand new stock with mud flap added, so that's not stock. With riser bars, ergotex, they're not stock. And pillow tops. The rest is completely stock, head stock. Bearing, it's running suspension wise the Kila RST 26 I believe, with a 19-inch front, no change there. The rear is running a fast ace DB A35 RC, just standard shock. And I also forgot to mention the distribution's been changed with a 58 sprocket Warp 9 from our friends at AE Bikes, that I would really like to thank very much for the opportunity to test this brand new motorcycle slash mountain bike, electric mountain bike called the Talaria Sting. So key differences between a Saran and a Segway and a Talaria Sting. Well, first thing, if you look at it from the side, height wise it's actually higher and it looks definitely more like a motorcycle. It's a bulkier bike, much neater, very comfortable seat. The top here cap similar but different profile. If we open up the cap, the other difference of course is the connector on the battery. That's heavy duty connector. Should make it a lot easier for your connectors not to get stripped, because you have an indicator at the front. You also have battery indicator here that's given to you, and the circuit breaker. Turning the bike on, the big difference is the visual. So it starts with a white signal, and there's actually a start button here that you have to push to, I guess, acknowledge, and it turns into sport mode. Then you can change your mode from sports to eco, which minimizes the power a little bit, still very powerful. And then at the bottom and the top here, these are your engine braking levels. You then have the option menu at the top where you can get access to, and apologies, this is my first time, the different menu. So data, what does this give us? Okay, so that's the information about my last ride. Unit, whether it's metric, imperial. Wheel size, so 17 to a 19 inch, but I believe they are working as we speak to changing that to 18 and 21. Gear ratio, which I haven't changed at the moment, but looking at this, I'm a bit worried. I don't think I have the ratio for a 58 at the back just yet. And battery information, including cycle numbers. Cool. So yeah, that's so far how things work. Exactly the same front light, so no changes there. The rear has a slightly different light, if you can see here. I kind of actually prefer that shape, and it's a bit more stealth, but once you've got the mud flap at the top, you won't see the light, which actually is a lot better. I don't really want to run lights. The other big difference here is this is a gearbox, so there's basically internal sprockets inside that does the diff transfer and changes that to a chain. I thought it might be louder. It's actually quieter, so it's quieter than the Segway. And as you can see here, there's a proper size bearing, so that should be nice and heavy duty on the transmission side of things. The swing arm is wider, so if you're looking here, the clearance, this is a 1.8 I believe wheel. I don't know where I can see that information, but you can find all the specs online. Yeah, this is a 19.1.6. So the rear tires looks a bit wider, definitely. When you look at it, it looks more like a motorcycle. There is heaps of clearance here, and also heaps of clearance on that way. So if you think about it, there's actually a very good chunk of rubber you can put on the ground with this if you were to offset your hubs, for example. If you look at the rear brakes, so these are different than the Segway Saran. So far, I'm very impressed with them. Stock. I haven't changed the pads, stock pads. And if you look, the disc is actually thicker. So thicker disc on those, 2.5 thickness, which should help with heat dissipation as well. And what I love about this is the adjustment of the rear swing arm. You can really push the wheel to the back. Now, unfortunately, this bolt I don't think is made for the job, so it's gonna probably be a piece of feedback. But other than that, love the adjustment that makes the wheelbase so much bigger, and that should help with all the wheelies and out of control situation. Stock pegs, yeah, they're pegs. Probably go for a wider pair, but they do the job. And other than that, the rest looks pretty slick, except for this. I'm gonna have to get used to that. But I thought about it last night as I was putting everything together, which, by the way, bloody hell, it will take you an hour to put this together before you start writing. It's actually not bad, because when you look at it this way, or for the front, I guess, if you know you're a pedestrian and you look behind you, you think that's a bike, or a dirt bike, or not a dirt bike, sorry, a mountain bike. It doesn't really look like it's a dirt bike, right? That's what I mean. So actually, it's kind of cool. It means that you can probably ride the trails in a stealth mode, and people see this and think, oh, that's a bloody mountain bike. I don't know. Time will tell. Like the little sign, their logo is actually really neat. And the horn is actually very well here integrated, completely out of the way. Love the frame quality as well. It's actually really, really nice. It's gonna scratch for sure, but you can tell that's solid. You can set that off, and pretty sure that's gonna land okay. Forgot to show the connector of the battery on the side. It is also different than the surrounds. It's basically a locking mechanism, so unlock, pull, and then lock it back in, if you can see here. So I don't know, nice little thing to keep it waterproof, I guess, which is always one of my more worry with these things. The front are exactly the same than the rear. I think that's pretty much it, really. The next step is going to be test it out, see how it goes, see how it operates on trail, and have a bit of fun. And yeah, just keep an eye on the channel. Thanks again, AE Bikes, Riversby, Sydney, Australia, for delivering this bike to their customers. First one in the country, can't wait to try it. See you guys later.